These Deegan 38 HD rock sliders with built-in LED lights are for those of you that have a two-door 2007 to 2018 JK that are looking for a strong, quality piece of armor that's also a pretty good step and has a high-quality built-in LED light. These are going to be a 1 out of 3 wrench installation. They'll bolt right up to your Jeep, although you do have to do a little bit of wiring to get the lights working. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. So when you're looking at something that bolts onto the rocker area of your Jeep, you're either going to find a very useful step or a very strong piece of armor. Some will do both, but you're always going to find a little bit of a trade-off. Either it's a step that hangs down nice and low, making it very easy to use as a step, but it gets in the way when you're off-roading, or something that tucks up nice and tight to the body and offers a ton of protection, but then you're still reaching for that step. So again, always a little bit of a trade-off. This is going to be very strong armor. It is going to be a good step, but it is going to be tucked up a little bit higher, a little bit tighter toward the Jeep. Again, this is more of a piece of armor than it is a step, although it does offer that as well. But the other thing that you get with this that you don't find with a lot of other pieces of armor is a very high quality light built right into it. So you're going to get KC rock lights built right into this piece. Generally, when you find a piece of armor that has built-in lights, they're not the highest of quality lights. That's not the case with this. These are KC lights. They're going to hold up well for you. They're going to put out some really nice light. And again, that's not something that you find from a lot of options out there. Now, because these do have the built-in lights, they're a little bit more expensive than some of the other choices. But if that's a feature that you're looking for, I think these are still very fairly priced. When you're shopping for rocker armor, you're going to find pieces that attach to the Jeep in a couple of different ways. The bottom of the tub, onto the body mount, and then onto the pinch seam. And what you want is for it to attach in a couple of different locations so that even if you catch a rock all the way on the outside of this piece here where there's a ton of leverage, you're still going to have a very strong attachment point. And that's what you get here. This attaches both onto the bottom of the Jeep and onto the pinch seam, giving you that really, really strong connection. This is designed to be rocker armor first and foremost. However, it is also a step, so it does stick out from the side of the Jeep a little bit. It has this area here where it has holes punched in it that give you a little bit of a raised space to give you some nice traction when you are stepping on this and using it as a step. Overall, does as good of a job as it can for being very, very good rocker armor. Again, as I said, anytime you have great rocker armor, it's going to be tucked up a little tighter to the body, not going to be the best possible step, but this is going to be great for off-road and still a pretty good step. Now, something that this does that a lot of the others don't do is have very high quality lighting built right into it. These are designed to accept KC rock lights. They come with the lights. They're going to be a 5-watt LED rock light. It's not just a generic hole that you can stick any light in. These are specifically designed for those round rock lights. So they'll accept them perfectly. They mount very well. They put light right at the front and the rear tire where you would want it for your spotter. Also as an accent light if you're looking at this for more of an aesthetic thing than anything else. So overall, I think this is a very well put together package. A pair of these sliders for your 4-door come in at $400, and I really think that's a pretty good price for what you're getting. This is some really strong armor, a pretty good step, and you're getting some high quality rock lights built right into it. I think that $400 is a very fair price to pay for everything you're getting. Getting these sliders installed is a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench installation, even with the wiring, because of the wiring harness that is included. The first step is going to be installing the lights in the sliders. They'll very simply bolt into place. Then you'll have to remove the large body bolts from the underside of your Jeep in order to get the sliders installed. Once those bolts are removed, you can hold the sliders into place and get the body bolts started again. You'll want to leave those loose while you bolt the rest of the slider onto the pinch seam, and then you can tighten down all of your hardware. Once the sliders are fully installed, you'll want to run your wires up toward the dash and the battery of your Jeep, and finally make all of your final wiring connections. So if you're looking for a piece of rocker armor that's also going to be a step and provide you with some rock lights, I would recommend this choice from Deegan 38, and you can find it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.